discussion. Maybe films, short films, content on the social media, maybe small reels, vlogs, blogs, and everything. It is really appreciating moment for me and for the all the panelists that such a platform actually brings lot of discussion related to how the younger people or the freelancers or who are working in the both the domains, not only on the digital media but in terms of tourism as well. So it is a very opt thing that we are celebrating this film festival along with the tourism and content related industry as well. So the panel discussion is mainly focusing on tourism in digital media. So all the panelists are from different industries. Maybe they are related to tourism, maybe hospitality, and even a student participation who is a representative of younger generation, as well as a consumer, as well as a producer of the content as well. So here we will surely get lot of different things related to how the tourism or this new age technology is bringing the gap in between both the system and how that is supplemented to each other. Now you might have seen the tourism sector has increased a lot, okay, after COVID especially, and it is a global scenario. It is not only in India or in Europe only. It is a global scenario, and ma'am will speak about the factual information about how the tourism industry is bringing GDP, then opportunities, how the tourism has spread its wings and everything. Sir will talk about the different offbeat tourism centers, and especially he has experience in the field of patronage. Patriotic tourism. Okay, so this is a very new way of looking into the tourism. Everyone look for leisure, maybe for beaches or something, but this approach is really different, and how this sector should actually see, and even the opportunities for the students and the people who are working under that. The sir is from 25 years from the media industry and sorry hospitality industry, and basically into a lot of food and food production related, and culture brings food as well as a tourism, it's boost out as well. So he has a wide experience in various MNCs as well, and he will talk about different management aspects about the tourism as well. But I will just set some of the canvas for the discussion. So I have few points which I need to talk about. When we are talking about films or documentaries, they are nothing but the content, and content has a bigger value in any media industry. And without content, no any sector can be boomed, because content or media, the primary objective of is to educate about the audiences what that sector is, then entertain that to the audiences, and third is inform. So these three objective is essential for any industry, and media is actually doing that role. So here media is a multidisciplinary approach. So through media means like through films, through documentaries, through videos, through blogs, through books, we are actually creating a set for the industries. Maybe it is tourism, maybe IT, maybe any industry you take, and that is why the media's role is very prominent in all almost. And this tourism we are taking as a sector, as it is a booming thing, it is contributing to the GDP, it is overall scenario. So as I said, we will actually throw insights on all the other aspects as well. But primarily when digital media is considered, so it is like all are digital nomads now. Okay, so everyone is actually having phone, they are associated with either connectivity on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, email account. So everyone is connected to the digital world, and how that digital world is helping the tourism sector is also a very essential thing, because one of the driving sector for the growth of the tourism industry is social media. So everyone has seen some reels, YouTube channels, maybe they have seen some scenery or something in movies and all. They are following some of the influencers who are talking about different known places, unknown places, and they are talking about food culture, which is actually giving them the content and information to the larger audience, and that information is very useful for taking decision, and it is not only decision but it is informed decision. So for taking the informed decision about which places to select, what itinerary should be there, what kind of things should be done when you are going as a traveler or something. So all the things are there on the websites. Okay, there the information is available on various influencers through videos, through articles and all. So information part, it is very much available. Okay, so there are huge potential for the content creator. Maybe you are a good photographer, maybe you are a good storyteller, maybe you are a good filmmaker. So you are actually considering those elements into the story and putting the story in terms of how these places can be beautiful, how these places have potential to visit, and this content attracts the audiences and they visiting various or taking decisions, maybe a solo travelers, maybe group travelers, maybe for business purpose, maybe family leisure and all. So all these information or decisions are nowadays people are taking on the use of websites, maybe on social media. Even lot of reviews related to hotels, maybe about the places, their experiences, visa process, everything they are sharing. Okay, so user generated content is also playing a major role, because what you are writing a feedback on a specific portal is valuable for these things. So feedback, your content mapping and everything is very essential. For young people, it is like influencers. They are creating content, and many of the people are following them, and they are the decision makers or influencing the people to take decisions. So if you have a creative ability to create a content in terms of photography, maybe a podcast, maybe about creating some kind of virtual realities or incorporating anything, it is a chance that digital media is giving a landscape for actually expressing your skills and abilities, which is again a opportunity to be independent entrepreneur as well, or solopreneurs as well. So these are the concepts which are coming in the latest generations as well. So there is a huge applicability. Then you might have seen that for everything booking, you are going to MSRTC or yatra.com. So all these portals, they are talking about lot of information about each place, itineraries, their experiences, because they want to connect with the people. Okay, and they want to run their businesses. So content plays a vital role in the digital sector. And now with the technology, AR VR is coming up, so you will feel 3D. You are sitting, you are actually visiting that place and actually having immersive experience, all that technology. Even Google Maps helps us to travel to any place. Now localization, content localization, it is not only the English content is available, but if you are good in Marathi and you are going and showing Jangli Maharaj Road or Jangli Maharaj Mandir in a very interesting manner, it is for us, it is local, but for the person who is staying in US, it is a global. So localization actually increases the potential. So for every content there is a demand, and don't feel that like I have limitations on going traveling or something. You just have your phone, you go take a place, you can just speak with the people. If your content is good, your way of approaching is good, you will surely get a followers, and you can have a business model of out of this as well. So considering the all the things, digital platform actually supports all sectors, primarily the tourism sector, because it is more connected with the dreams of the people. So now I will request Madam to talk about some factual information, how tourism is actually contributing to GDP, how there are growth aspects of tourism industries and all. I'm just handing over my mic to the ma'am. Before she talks, I will just give a small background about ma'am as well. Has done MSc in anthropology from University of Pune, and she has a regional guide for several years as well, and she actually deals with many tourist operators plus tourists and the students as well. Along with 4 Indian languages, she is mastery on German language, and she was a German guide as well. She is a translator for German languages and delegates of industries and banks. So this is again a wide arena that if you have expertise in the languages, then you can be actually a lot of opportunities are coming in the tourism sector as well. And she has written a book. She has been visiting professor for many colleges as well in this domain. So I request ma'am to just put your views
Thank you
about the
so much,
tourism.
Rajiv. I am born and brought up in Pune, though my name is not Marathi. um, I've lived about 15 years in Germany, and that gave me a very good knowledge about other cultures. Mainly today, I would give some factual about tourism. And tourism is not new, but its commercial value is new. Tourism was always there. Huensang, Marco Polo, and all such tourists were always there, who were discoverers and who wanted to learn a lot about other cultures, other monuments, architecture, and everything. So it was always there. But after the World War, European countries lost many of their colonies, and they had to sustain somehow. So they started with commercial tourism, and this was then you can understand that this is a very big source of revenue generation, and especially France, which lives about 40% of France GDP comes from tourism. And same is the case with many others like Switzerland, Austria, all these countries. Major part of their economy comes from tourism. And in India, Jim Corbett and his mother started the first tourist activity in India. And they made a small cottage near Jim Corbett National Park. And from there, the whole concept of tourism was taken up by government, and they developed it. And the development has been really very good, because in such a short time, because they started this in 1996, much later than the European countries had done. And though we were having tourists and other diplomats and everyone coming into India, but as a commercial sector, we started only around 96. And then government made policy to introduce five-star hotels in India. We just had one five-star hotel, that is in Mumbai, Taj. Other than very few five-star hotels were there. And for mostly European American tourists, this infrastructure was very necessary. And they have, government has done lot for this, though our economy was not at that peak, which is now today. And we could not spend in those days so much money. But we realized that this sector has to grow. And along with infrastructure, a lot of staff was needed for all this work. There were a lot of universities and colleges. They introduced many subjects which were related to tourism, and also the government sector gave preference to the triangle only first in the beginning, but later on most of the states took up, and we have now a very well developed tourist sector. And it has this tourist sector contributes almost 9.3% of GDP, and it also creates the total jobs in India are created in tourism sector is 8.9%, which is a huge number, because IT has come just now, but since 96 tourism has been contributing a lot in the GDP. And India has it is a not only biodiversity, but we have diversity in culture and languages and everything, which is very fascinating. And this factor attracts a lot of tourists from and most of these tourists, because I am myself a tourist guide, they are very well versed when they come to India. because if you are going to some other country, you have to know about that country a little bit. They are just not blind travelers anymore. And this factor is has taken up by tourist industry and government also. In 2006, there was a training program in Pune called Priyadarshini, which was to associate with Incredible India. And I am one of those first tourist guides from Pune, which is, we got about 3 months intensive course here in Pune. And Incredible India got about 24 ladies were introduced, and mostly they wanted only graduates or postgraduates for this, because they said we want to make cultural ambassadors of India. And this is not just a job of touts and other people who come into this sector, but we are all very well trained, and it gives us immense pleasure also when foreign tourists come and they like India, and we like to represent India in a mature and educated manner. And the largest attraction of India today is the monuments, and we have plenty of them. There are about 37 UNESCO approved heritage monuments in India, and along along with this, we have most beautiful temples in the world. Like South is full of temples, and in North, Golden Temple attracts about the maximum number of tourists is attracted by Golden Temple, Amritsar. And then we have 13,000 varieties of birds in India. These birding is one of the very prominent tourist attraction. During winter time, you will see loads of foreign tourists coming only for birding, and these are expert photographers, you know, who do the birding job. And this and then domestic tourism, religious tourism is extensive because it is a resource generating apparatus. So yeah, sorry. Yes,
Time is
yes.
the crucial point.
Yes,
and
we,
have
the
expert
rest I
panels
think
as well.
we will say in discussion. Yes.
Actually, yes. Thank you for your contribution to the things like there are a lot of opportunities. I will just add up the point that the 11% growth is there in tourism, in especially for the India, and 2028 it is forecasted that more 18% CAGR rate increase is there, and more 3.6 million jobs will be created in the tourism industry itself, which is parallelly creating the media creation jobs as well. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable information. Now I will turn to Shastri sir. Shastri sir is a founder of Offbeat Tourism, and especially as I said that he is looking towards in a different lanes of the tourism as well, and looking towards how this industry is there, how this spatial segmentation in tourism and what are the challenges are coming out, and how digital media can be a solution, or we can actually complement with your visions as well. So I hand over Shastri sir to have his opinion about offbeat tourism.
Namaskar, all my young friends, future colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank you and all the organizers, event managers for happening this on World Tourism Day. My best wishes to you all of World Tourism Day. As Gode sir has put the agenda, the challenges ahead. And as ma'am is telling that the tourism is growing fast in India. Yes, tourism is growing fast in India. In next 30 years, it's going to grow at a phenomenal growth. There are various reasons for that. All these 75 years, in particular sectors, we neglected it. 1990, the government of India had announced tourism Visit India year. After that, the government has not looked to this industry. Every year, when finance minister presents his or her budget, I patiently listen to it, that what she says about tourism, but unfortunately, she doesn't utter a word T out of tourism. That is the end result. But that this negligence will not last long, because government wants more and more foreign exchange to come here. Ministers, chief ministers go abroad, they go to Davos conference and come back with saying that Maharashtra is going to get investment of 20,000 crore rupees or US dollars. But that's, by the time it comes, it takes another 10 years. Tourism is one such sector which percolates that money immediately. Even before the tourist comes here, his dollars are reached here. And particularly after Corona, if you see the statistics, the number of foreign tourists which had declined to considerable extent is increasing. The recent statistics says that year on year, this year, this 6.7% foreign tourists are increased. Domestic tourists are increasing a lot in everywhere. Now, as far as the young enthusiast who wants to come into travel industry, there are a lot of challenges before you. Challenges is, let me tell you, previously when client used to come to us, he used to believe us 100%. 100%. I have a friend, we are friends for last 40 years, Dinesh Pinto. After his marriage, he asked me to I want to go to Shekau. No, he asked me I want to go to Gondavle. I'm telling you the story of early 90s, when internet and other things were not there. He asked me, I said, okay, fine. Do one thing, I'll book your tickets. He said, fine, book it. I booked him tickets for Vidarbha Express, Mumbai to Shegao. Only after reaching Shegao, his wife was telling him that, hey, this is not the place. He said, Chup, usne barabar karke diye. They went to Shegao only to understand that the Gondavle is near Satara or Pune. Know your products very well. As Madam is expert in German, today when you want to come into this trade, only Hindi, English, Marathi, little bit of Gujarati, little bit of Kannada, little bit of Vadakkam. Be an entrepreneur. If you want to establish your own brand, then you need to exert a lot. Exert a lot. The benchmarks in travel agencies are like Kesari Travels, Veena World, Raja Rani Travels, Sachin Travels. They are the benchmark. Thomas Cook, SOTC. Do you know, Kesari Patil started his own agency at what age? At the age of 60. He started Kesari Travels. So age is not bar. Today, all of you, student community, you are from Pune? All? Almost. How many of you have studied the heritage of Pune? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, slowly they are raising it. You must know your home well. You must know your home well. So that is why, if you don't know the product, Pune as a product, you must know A to Z of about Pune. If I ask you, we are sitting in a film institute, राम चितलकर, सी रामचंद्र कहाँ रहते थे? नहीं, किसी को मालूम नहीं रहेगा. पु ल देशपांडे कुठे राहायचे? भीमसेन जोशी कुठे राहायचे? माझ्याकडे एक कस्टमर आला आणि मला सांगितलं की अरे मला पुणे इज एज्युकेशनल हब. ऑल राईट, आय वॉन्ट टू सी द एज्युकेशनल इन्स्टिट्यूट्स इन पुणे. स्टार्ट विथ द फर्स्ट वन. हाऊ मेनी पीपल नो भिडेवाडा? How many people know New English School? How many people know Law College? You must know all these things. And not only about Pune, if you are going to operate in domestic market, you must know each and every place by heart. It must be on your, you must read it like your palm. These are the challenges before you. Because today, the customer who is going to come here, he will tell you, hey, you have not told me about this place. You have not told me about this place. Then why should I come to you? Because today, due to internet, all this information is easily accessible by him. Whether it is religious tourism, culinary tourism, whether it is patriotic tourism, whether it is leisure tourism, you must know all the places thoroughly. Then only you will be able to survive in this market. Otherwise, no, you will not be able to survive.
Thank you for your valuable thought that students should, or the entrant who are there in the market, they should know their roots. They should understand the culture. They should understand the food habits, climates, everything apart from that, because then you are capable to handle your clients and actually best way to present your content. And nowadays, as sir said, ki because of digital media, I'm just connecting it back. So it is information is available on demand. So it is required. You can just click it, go to Google Map or go to Drive, and you can get the information. But primarily is that information creation is a big role. So for research, your orientation and creation is also a part of this industry and this demand. So this challenge sir has put in front of everyone. So everyone should get ready for information gathering, connecting, presenting well, knowing well, and excel their careers in this tourism sector. Now I am actually moving to Owee. Owee is a student of digital media, and she is also a true representative of the younger generation. And she is just as a representative, I am saying that because she is also using Instagram, YouTube, and actually devising lot of information and decisions based on the social media, as well as she is a content creator in terms of blogs and photography. She is a traveler as well, and she has 2 records as well, international and national. I will ask her to just tell about that, and then put your consensus or like your views about how digital media and tourism you can see as a younger point, as a student point, as well as a traveler point.
Thank you for the introduction, sir. So basically, due to the time constraint, I would just like to sum it up. And I would like to start with the statistics. So in a recent study done by Statista on travelers, 63% of travelers use social media to research travel destinations. 59% of travelers use social media to book their travel arrangements, and 81% of travelers are currently saying that social media influences all their travel decisions. So I think these metrics speak for themselves, and we can understand by these metrics themselves that social media definitely plays a profound role in the tourism industry and for the tourism businesses. So there are different tools that the tourism businesses and the tourism industry can use in order to have a social media reputation and have a social media presence, since that is one of the most important things in today's digital era that the tourism businesses need to have. And another thing that the social media has facilitated is a tourism lifestyle. So nowadays, whenever I'm scrolling through Instagram Reels or any kind of social media, I see people quitting their 9 to 5 jobs and having a tourism lifestyle. So they are again different travel influencers that are influencing today's younger generations to travel and showing different travel destinations. So I have some data on the top travel influencers currently. So since I know that this platform is banned in India currently, but still TikTok is still the most widely used platform in the younger generation. So Alex Ojeda, who is a TikTok travel influencer, has currently 8.4 million followers on TikTok and earns 8,335 US dollars. That comes to 7 lakh Indian rupees per post. And all he has to do is just showcase what the tourism industry or wherever he is visiting, what that resort does, and the water slides there. And he is earning these many dollars per post. Then there's also another influencer called Chris Burkhardt, who I personally follow as well. He's also a professional photographer. And one Instagram post, one sponsored post of his cost 23,000 US dollars. So that's a lot of income generation as well. And coming to India, these are some of the influencers that I personally follow. They are Sanket Joshi, Shivya Nath, who is another big influencer talking about sustainable travel and climate change and other issues that are currently being focused on by the world. Um, then, as a scuba diver myself, my father and I frequently visit different dive destinations for our diving trips. And the recent one that we did was in Dubai, in the world's deepest swimming pool. And that itself we got to know about due to social media itself. And also, one more thing I would like to point out is when we visited Dubai, we didn't only go for a dive trip, but we also visited a 3D art museum over there. And when we visited that museum, we found that not many people were going there. So after we visited that museum, we found that it was a very nice museum, and we all we had to do was just click some pictures and a video and post it on social media. And after posting it, the museum itself got back to us and said that the tourism rate there had increased. So this can be one small example of how social media is again helping tourism to increase their revenue and business. And then again, there are different ways in which the tourism businesses can currently create a social media presence that speaks to the younger generation. And these are some of my personal thoughts on how they can do that. So first of all, they can create high quality content that is relevant and engaging for their target audience. So the content can include posts, vlogs, and reels are one sort of medium that is big going on right now. Then they have to stay active on social media and engage with their potential customers. Then there are some things that many of the industry giants already use, which are social media ads and again targeted ads on search engine. Then the thing that Sir rightly said was the social media can be used to inform, educate, and entertain their audience. So when a business does all of these three things, they can surely see some engagement on their accounts. And the most important thing that I think for businesses currently is being authentic and transparent on their social medias, because of the saturation that we are seeing in today's commercialized content. People tend to look past the content that sounds sugar coated or maybe scripted. So being authentic, I personally think that that is the most important thing that businesses should currently focus on while creating content for the social media. So I guess that is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Ovi. And she has brought a really a good point that how the influencers are creating the content, and they should be creating the content for transparency and originality of the content. For the person's layout, general, I'm just talking about influencer. Influencer is nothing but a person who is creating the content on any area, and if it is tourism sector, so the people are creating the content. As I said, maybe a photograph, maybe article, maybe a meme, maybe a reel or a small video documentary, anything, and which is put on the channel, digital channels, maybe on Instagram, maybe on YouTube or whatever, and that content is liked by many people and they start following. Once you have followers, millions of people, then that person is called as influencers, because he is influencing the opinion of the followers. And that is why many brands are actually tying up with the influencers to advertise or to market their content. Okay, and she has given the experience, exactly statistics that people are earning more than 10,000, 15,000 for a first a post. Okay, single post, maybe a photograph, maybe anything what I said it. And if you, I will just tell everything or advise everything, just go and Google that, like top 150 influencer in tourism. So you will get lot of people there earning their followers, and this is a open challenge and open way actually to express yourself. There is no hidden cost, nothing is, everything is free. You just have to, everyone is having Instagram account, Facebook account, and but start working towards the originality of the content, as she is correctly. And there is a huge demand for everyone. So people who are not knowing about social media, they are not talking about any media skills, they are actually a big influencers right now with these skills. So social media, digital media is actually creating a huge demands for such kind of influencers, and more than the celebrities, they are now earning the money through their post. So it is very good. Now I will be moving to
I'll tell you how the influencers work. Yesterday only, the Deccan Odyssey had come to Pune. Deccan Odyssey is a luxurious train which is operated by IRCTC, Indian Railways, and Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation. Just before Corona, MTDC had brought about 64 writers, content writers and influencers to Maharashtra, and they traveled in Deccan Odyssey. And they are continuously, they had done a contract with them that they will write it about that. And yesterday's train was capacity full. Have you ever seen Deccan Odyssey's ad in Maharashtra Times or Sakal? You have never seen that, but it was full. How it was full? Because these influencers, they wrote in their wall or their social media platform or their print media platform, and from there the travelers came to India. As far as domestic market is concerned, अमिताभ बच्चन, एक बार आ जाओ ना गुजरात में. कच्छ डेजर्ट फेस्टिवल, रणोत्सव. Believe me, Pune gives, only city of Pune gives a business of more than 50 lakhs of rupees only to Gujarat tourism. Only to Gujarat tourism. Private operators, I am not calculating into it. Just one single ad of Amitabh Bachchan which happens in TV about Ranotsav, and people follow him. It is like that. And particularly on these social medium, Instagram and Facebook and all other new gadgets which are coming, they are fast. People are following them like mad.
Thank you for your experience sharing. And actually, it is really a lot of things. The advertising and marketing is changing because of the digital scenario. Last Rajendra Kelshaikar sir, he is having an extreme experience of 25 years plus in different hospitality and tourism industry as well. He is director of Innvenue Hospitality Management, and he has a diverse experience in the management and hospitality industry as well. So deliberately, I kept his session or on the last so that he can conclude the panel discussion because we are short of time. So I ask hand over sir and request him to just take 10 minutes so that we can actually start with the next program as well.
Okay, I promise I won't take more than 10 minutes. Okay, my time starts now. Everybody is comfortable with English, Marathi? How many of you don't understand Marathi or Hindi? Everybody understands. We are in Pune. Okay, so I'll talk to you in Hindi, English, Marathi. First of all, thanks to the organizers for getting me here, and hi to all the dignitaries here in front of me. And let me start. जब ऐसे panel discussions होता है, and if you are the last one, तो ये पहले के जो लोग बोलते हैं वो सब उन लोगों ने बोल दिया है. So मेरे लिए बोलने लायक कुछ नहीं है. But there is one more problem. ना तो मैं टूरिज्म का एक्सपर्ट हूँ, ना तो डिजिटल मीडिया मुझे समझ में आता है. एंड अभी प्रॉब्लम है, अभी बैठा तो हूँ यहाँ पर, सो आई हैव टू से समथिंग. सो ये सभी लोग जो बात कर रहे थे, कुछ तो मैं लिख कर लेके आया था, देन ये सब बात कर रहे थे, तो मैं वो कैंसिल करते लगा. सो मेरे पन्ने पे जो बात करने लायक था वो सब इन लोगों ने बोल दिया, एवरीथिंग इज कैंसल्ड. देन आई रियलाइज कि मैं किसी चीज़ का एक्सपर्ट नहीं हूँ, लेकिन एक चीज़ मुझे आती है, मुझे मैनेजमेंट या सब्जेक्ट आता है. इन्होंने कहा लास्ट 25 इयर्स एक्सपीरियंस है, एक्चुअली वो 47 इयर्स एक्सपीरियंस है. मैनेजमेंट मुझे आती है. ये स्टेटमेंट जो किया मैं थोड़ा सा सब्सटेंशिएट करूँ आपके परमिशन से. आई वॉज द चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफ द ब्लू डायमंड होटल, जो अभी ताज का है, तो वो किर्लोस्कर का था. और जब मैं जनरल मैनेजर बना, आई वॉज 29 एट दैट टाइम. इसका मतलब ये, मैं बना तो जनरल मैनेजर, लेकिन मुझे आता कुछ नहीं था. सो इसका मतलब मैनेजमेंट में क्या हो सकता है? मैनेजमेंट में इसका मतलब ये है, आपको ये मालूम होना चाहिए आपके पास क्या नहीं है. मीनिंग मैनेजमेंट के लैंग्वेज में उसको बोलते हैं, आपके पास कंस्ट्रेंट्स क्या है वो आपको जानना ज़रूरी है. अगर ये कंस्ट्रेंट्स क्या है, या अगर मैं टूरिज्म को कनेक्ट करूं, तो फिर और 2-4 सवाल आते हैं. यानी वो क्या है, दिमाग चलते रहता है ना अपना सबका. सवाल ये आता है, आप मुझे बोलिए सिंगापुर, हांगकांग, दुबई में क्या है? फैक्चुअली कुछ नहीं है. ओके, सो अगला सवाल ये, जब मैंने आपको कहा मुझे मैनेजमेंट आती है, उसका मतलब मैनेजमेंट में आपको एक सिंपल क्लू देता हूँ विच विल हेल्प यू. मैनेजमेंट, ये लफ्ज़ बहुत बड़ा भी लगता होगा, लेकिन मैनेजमेंट इज़ कॉमन सेंस. इसका मतलब ये, आप अगर सवाल कर सकते हो, प्रश्न विचारायचे, बाकी काही नाही. ते एका घरामध्ये कुठलं तरी कार्ट असतं बघा नेहमी, छोटंसं, आणि ती आई वैतागलेली, बाप वैतागलेला, हा काही ना काही नेहमी प्रश्न विचारत राहतो. ॲक्च्युली दॅट इज हाव यू शुड बी. म्हणून ते म्हणतात की आयुष्यात 8 वर्षापेक्षा जास्त वय होऊ नका देऊ. 8 वर्ष तुम्ही कसे वागत होता तसेच वागा, 80चे असलात तरी. सो अगर दुबई में कुछ नहीं है, सिंगापुर में कुछ नहीं है, तो आप कंपैरेटिवली इंडियन टूरिस्ट का नंबर देखो तो शायद सिंगापुर इज गेटिंग टूरिस्ट probably 100 times more than you. आपका देश का लैंड मास देखो, भारत का लैंड मास देखो और सिंगापुर का देखो, वो कंपैरिजन ही नहीं है. तो क्या गलत क्या है? अगर आप फिल्म बनाना, ये डिजिटल मीडिया की वो जो आप सब बात कर रहे हो, आप लोग ऐसा क्यों नहीं सोचते कि हम लोग कहाँ पर नाटक बैठे हैं कि जो गलत है वो क्यों नहीं फिल्म के थ्रू दिखाते? यानी मेरा जहाँ तक का एक्सपीरियंस है बाहर, आफ्टर गोइंग आउटसाइड द कंट्री, माफ़ करना मैं जो बोलता हूँ लेकिन थोड़ा बेसिक है. ओके, मैं आई एम नॉट क्रिटिसाइजिंग आवर नेशन, क्योंकि जब हम कहते हैं भारत यानी वो हम ने और कौन. लेकिन सिंगापुर में जाके आप लोग बड़ी तारीफ करते हैं, वहाँ पर कोई थूकता नहीं है. सरप्राइज. वहाँ पर कोई कायदा कानून नहीं तोड़ता है, वहाँ पर रास्ता कोई सिग्नल नहीं. व्हाट आर वी टॉकिंग? और फिर वो टूरिज्म में हाईएस्ट है. सो अगर फिल्म के थ्रू हम लोग ये कोई दिखाए कि कोई एक फॉरेन टूरिस्ट है, वो जा रहा है और कोई स्पीड कर रहा है या कोई ट्रैफिक तोड़ रहा है, ऐसी फिल्म नहीं बन सकती क्या? शायद बन सकती है. अगर फिल्म ही बनाना है और अगर आपके पास आजकल मुझे लगता है वो कैमरा पे भी फिल्म बनती है, इस पर भी बनती है ना, तो वैसे भी आपके पास कैमरा है और आप सब एक्सपर्ट हो कैमरा चलाने में, तो वो करो. आपके ये करने से देयर विल बी सम बेनिफिट. क्योंकि मेरे पास क्या है, ये दिखाने के लिए सभी लोग दिखाते हैं, लेकिन मैं कहाँ गलत हूँ अगर आप दिखाओगे थ्रू दैट, इट जस्ट माइट हेल्प. फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग, ये टूरिज्म या ये आज का सब्जेक्ट इतना बड़ा है. मैं डेली 10 मिनट अगले 40 साल बात कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन आज के दिन मुझे सिर्फ 10 मिनट दिया है. बट ना, ये इम्पोर्टेंट है क्योंकि अच्छा, और एक बात बोलता हूँ, अलग बोलता हूँ थोड़ा. मेरा कोई पॉलिटिकल लिंकेज नहीं है. मुझे लगता है टूरिज्म इंट्रोड्यूस करने का सबसे बड़ा इवेंट इंडिया में, भारत में अभी जो हुआ है वो है G20. इसके बेनिफिट्स बहुत ही जल्दी हम लोग देखेंगे. सो कभी कभी कोई चीज हम लोग कर जाते हैं, उसका बेनिफिट बहुत सालों के बाद दिखता है कि जो आज हमें समझ भी नहीं आता है. सो इन सच केस, विच ओवर वे टूरिज्म आपको बढ़ाने के लिए जो कोई रास्ते अपनाने हैं, उसमें से आप में से हर एक लोग, दोज हु आर यंग, बहुत सारे यंग लड़के हैं, आपका फिल्म बनाना या डिजिटल मीडिया से काम करना ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. ये अभी शास्त्री साहब कुछ पेट्रियाटिक टूरिज्म के बारे में उन्होंने बात किया, वो बात नहीं कर पाए क्योंकि 10 मिनट ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं है. लेकिन ये आज मैंने पहली बार सुना ये पेट्रियाटिक टूरिज्म. पर वो पेट्रियाटिक टूरिज्म जब मैं सुनता हूँ मेरे को तो रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हो. इट इज़ सो एक्साइटिंग. कितना अच्छा होगा ऐसे होगा तो, बिकॉज दैट चेंजेस द माइंड सेट ऑफ द कंट्री, पीपल लिविंग हियर. मैडम ने जो डेटा दिया, दैट डेटा इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी फैसिनेटिंग. वो डेटा में मैंने सिर्फ यही देखा कि अगर सिंगापुर इतना कर सकता है 1.5 मिनट, सिंगापुर इतना कर सकता है, यहाँ से याद आई, एवरी डे 10 मिनट्स फॉर नेक्स्ट 40 ईयर्स आई गेट. मॉरिशस नाम की एक कंट्री है, बहुत छोटी है. मॉरिशस कंट्री के सरकार ने डिसीजन लिया, मॉरिशस में अलग अलग किस्म के टूरिस्ट प्रोडक्ट है ना, टूरिज्म प्रोडक्ट्स है, और मास अलग है, रिच मास है, पुअर क्लास है, अलग अलग. मॉरिशस ने अबाउट 30-35 ईयर्स बैक डिसीजन लिया कि हम लोग मिडिल क्लास टूरिज्म से शिफ्ट होके विल गो टू द हाई क्लास, जानबूझ के उन लोगों ने पॉलिसी की। मैं ये मानता हूँ कि ये टूरिज्म और गवर्नमेंट और पॉलिसीज इसका बहुत सारा कनेक्शन है, इसमें का सब्जेक्ट इज टू ह्यूज, बट एटलीस्ट ये प्रोग्राम आपने करने के बाद you have brought in the awareness, and I thank the management for having organized this, and thank you very much. I think you are waiting for us to get out of this. We will get out. Thank you, and all the best to everybody.
सगळ्या पॅनलिस्टनी त्यांचे एक्सपर्ट ओपिनियन्स सांगितलेले आहे. सरांचं पण जे म्हणणं होतं की ज्या चुकीच्या गोष्टी आहेत त्या पण आपण सोशल मीडिया थ्रू अवेअरनेस कॅम्पेन्स, कारण प्रत्येक बाबीच्या दोन गोष्टी असतात, त्यांनी पण लोक अवेअर होतात. आणि सोशल मीडियामध्ये आता यंगस्टर्स या रिलेटेड कॉन्टेंट बनवत आहेत, नॉट इन टर्म्स ऑफ फिल्म्स बट येस शुअरली इन टर्म्स ऑफ रायटिंग आर्टिकल्स, मे बी अबाउट क्रिएटिंग सम काइंड ऑफ फोटोग्राफ्स, रील्स आणि हे सगळे. तर सगळ्या एक्सपर्ट्सचा जर अनुभव बघितला तर मोर दॅन 150 इयर्स ऑफ एक्सपिरियन्स. आणि सॉरी सर तुमचा एक्सपिरियन्स मी कमी सांगितलं, पण एकंदरीतच हे नॉलेज सेशन खूप छान इंटरॅक्शन झाली आणि त्याच्यातून बऱ्याच काही गोष्टी पुढे डिसाईड करता येतील, ज्या पुढच्या वर्षीच्या थीमसाठी पण उपयोगी होतील आणि त्यावेळेस आपण नक्की विचार करू. सगळ्या पॅनलिस्टनी त्यांचे एक्सपर्ट ओपिनियन्स दिल्याबद्दल त्यांचे आभार मानतो आहे आणि हे पॅनल डिस्कशन समाप्त करत आहे.